So what are you guys doing with it?
We're making a youth camp out of it.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
So it's a camp. It's a Christian camp, and the reason it's called Camp Royal is that the heart of the camp is to tell kids who they really are. You know, kids today don't have an identity. You know, they and I'm the contractor, so I don't share this very good because it's Friday and my brain's not working.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
But basically, the heart of it is that, you know, God calls us His children, and we're royalty. That's why, you know, that's who we are. And you go through Scripture, and that's what it tells us about. That's where our identity comes from. It doesn't come from what I say we are, or what your friends say you are. You know, what our identity comes from who God says we are. That's what really matters. So that's the heart of it, and it's a whole lot more than that. The vehicle we're using is extreme sports. Skateboarding, BMX bicycle,
That's cool.
bicycle racing,
That's cool.
Tactical paintball, just a whole bunch of things. So that's what we're turning this into.
Dude,
So
that's so cool.
Yeah, we're going. You ever hear of Lee University?
I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
That's where we're going.
I graduated from Lee this year. It's a Christian
Oh,
university,
nice.
yeah.
Okay, where's
Yeah.
it in Pennsylvania?
It is
Tennessee.
in Cleveland, Tennessee. Yeah.
Okay.
That's where we're headed.
Chris went to Liberty,
Okay.
if I remember right. He's a really neat guy. He grew up here in West Virginia.
That's our sister school.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Okay, nice.
It is. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So, well, you understand the message that we're trying to share.
Yeah,
Like I said,
yeah.
I've talked to so many people this week. I just told Chris before you guys drove in, I was like, I can't talk to anybody else today. And you drove in, and I'm like, oh, I gotta talk to these guys.
People probably die. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's like, don't go back there. No, there's no trespassing. I'm like, yeah, but there's
Yeah,
a
I
gate
see no
open.
trespassing.
It's
I'm
not
like,
trespassing if you go through the gate.
Yeah.
I know, but
Well, I saw
Privately
you.
on
It's
property.
Friday, so well, come in. We'll tell you kind of what's gonna happen here.
do you mind if I record? I didn't know if,
I don't care.
you mind being on video.
Yeah, we'll
or
put it on
anything.
YouTube. Maybe
Yeah,
we'll get
that's
you.
scary.
We'll undo some of your damage. Maybe get you some new people in here.
Hey, you know, advertising marketing for your.
But this will be a office over here, and this will be checked in over here. It'll be like a little school, or a little store, I mean. So the kids will come in and do that.
That's cool.
Sorry it's not as abandoned as it used to be. It's not quite as much fun.
That was so cool.
It's still cool.
Just Adele lyrics.
Well, I'm sure there's worse stuff in here than that.
It's been funny. Well, this, as we go down here, these two rooms, there's one on each side of the hallway. These are going to be boys' dormitory. Or, you know, that's where the kids will stay. You know, we'll have couches and bunk beds and all kinds of stuff in here.
Oh,
Cool,
wow.
cool.
So it used to be 3 separate rooms. You can kind of see that there used to be like this coat closet. So you come into each of these rooms, and that's what was really creepy when we were starting to go through it, because most of the people, everybody told us, it said, you know, you got homeless people staying in here and stuff. And it said, you just got to be careful, because a lot of people are on drugs and stuff. So you come in here and there's this coat closet, and it's all dark in here. And so you had to come in each room. There's 3 rooms on each side, so there's 8 rooms up front, and everyone had a coat closet. And so some of them you had to walk across the room to get into the coat closet. And it was kind of creepy to start with.
Well, most
But
definitely.
now we've got it opened up enough that you can walk in here and see the whole place in 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, that's just cool. You find anything cool while you're in there?
not really. We found some,
Probably
found a
fun.
golf ball in one of the walls.
Uh-huh.
That was built into it was built into a wall in the 70s in the basement. We found a golf club, bunch of marbles, Legos. Found some neat things from a picture of one of the classrooms, and a bunch of just little things that are falling down behind a shelf. So nothing much. I'll show them to you when you get to the other side of the building.
Cool, cool.
So anyhow, so that's this. The theme of the building is since it's a royal theme, it'll look like a castle when we're done. So if you
No,
kind of
that's
picture
cool.
this castle, and like Brandon, my nephew, is the one that's doing the camp. He literally wants to have like little torches on the outside of the building that'll actually have a flame, like a natural gas torch. On the front, the bell tower, we'll take the top off the bell tower and we'll make the notched walls on that, and then put a watchtower on each corner. So when you leave, pull out there and just stop and look at the building and just picture it looking like a castle. And with the archway above the door and stuff, it's gonna be cool looking when it's done.
Dope, dope.
So watch those tools all over.
Yeah, yeah.
Chris has made a mess. This room out here, we have, we'll be taking care of our brush piles pretty soon and getting them out of here. We have some metal guys in the community here that need to make some money. So they've been asking if they could have the metal. So all this metal, we just threw out the windows. And they're literally
They come
coming in and picking
scrapping,
it up.
yeah.
Huh.
This pile here is about half there. It used to be about twice that big. The pile that's here used to be that big. The pile out front used to be that big. And so they've taken tons and tons of scrap metal out of here. But this will all be a skate park when we're done.
That's so cool.
Up here in the corner, we're gonna have a BMX track just for fun, and then it'll run down the side. And our property goes down the hill to the creek. And then on this side, it goes down to the railroad tracks. And then the railroad track and the creek cross in the
big.
back. In the back is where they cross. So we have about 7 acres that we'll be able to work with here.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool.
Did you put that message on the wall, or was that here when you got here?
Well, our prayer team was coming out, and they're from all over the country. So as they were coming out, there was some pretty raw stuff on their walls.
Yeah. So they crossed it out and put something decent.
Yeah,
I
so
gotcha.
My son and his new wife, they got married in May. They moved out here. And I gave him some cans of spray paint. And I says, here, go re-graffiti the walls and take out what you can, cover up the stuff that's nasty. And so they went through, and so I got some pictures of them, and I started to send it to my nephew Brandon. I said, hey, we caught the guys that have been doing the graffiti. We're gonna have them arrested. So
That's awesome.
It was a lot of fun, but.
Yeah, well, hopefully, I don't know. No one's probably been coming back here since you guys started working on it, I hope.
The graffiti started to taper off for the first while, and then it got down to the point where we actually had 5 or 6 weeks that there's no graffiti at all.
Wow.
And then Pluto showed up. We don't know who Pluto is.
Oh, he's been putting some more street art in here.
Yeah, there's a couple of, he was here 2 nights, and then hopefully we'll not see Pluto again. But, because it's just kids.
Yeah.
And I don't want to drag them at the same points, like we gotta.
Yeah, you got a business to build here.
These are just 2 bathrooms.
Oh, that's
Nothing
cool.
super exciting about the bathrooms.
You got some fuses in here.
What? And a cool
That's-
picture.
The people that vandalized things they pulled the wires out of the walls.
Oh, yeah. They'll take the copper.
Amazing what they
They'll
did.
take anything.
They'll have a courtyard out here.
Oh, there's Pluto again, right in that window.
Yep, that's where you got the basement, then the cafeteria.
Dang,
He's everywhere.
he loves this place.
If he would have kept coming back, I was gonna start writing him messages.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really, really fun.
Because we have a guy that's coming out. He's if you're into street art, he's renowned all over. He's the city of Denver, Colorado, has hired him to paint an entire block. And he's amazing what he can do, and he's been out here, and I wish I could show you the picture of the lion that we're putting on the side of the building up here, but it's this really cool looking lion, and it's just, and it's going to go down the side of the building, we'll trail inside, so we'll have graffiti, but street art.
Yeah,
for the
good
whole building.
graffiti.
It's going to be really cool looking, but it's going to have this industrial feel. All the ceilings will stay like this, so that's what it's going to feel like when it's done.
I like that.
This back here, what Brandon was really wanting to go for, and this is why he loved this building, was these rooms here, you look at the plaster, and that's kind of a real in thing right now.
Yeah.
So the plaster walls in here, this room is almost finished for us, as it is. We'll have to put electrical in here, and the heating system and all that type of stuff. But for the most part, this room is what it's going to look like when it's done. But this being girls' dorm.
It reminds me of like a New York studio.
Mhm.
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the Fantasy Factory from the Rob Dyrdek. I think that's what you guys are going for here.
Have
you ever seen that?
I have not.
He has like a giant warehouse. He turns into a skate park and all
Oh,
that stuff.
yeah.
So it's very similar to this.
But this back here will be a game room / hangout, whatever for the kids to just spend time. So, but we're doing some things like the building department loves me because it's a conservative area and used to just normal construction and stuff. And Brandon's like rooftop patio,
Oh, that'd be
and I'm
cool.
like, and it's like, but the whole thing. I want the whole thing as rooftop. And I'm like, Brandon, that's 12,000 square feet, a rooftop patio. He's like, yeah, but we could do weddings, we could do, all these different things. And he says, it's just really, he says it's kind of the culture of what Royal is all about. And
Mhm.
Royal is more of a culture than it is a camp, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that teaches the kids kind of who they are and gives them some connectivity to it. So, yeah, Pluto was here.
I see you messed up the first time.
Yeah, he didn't get his P right, so he started over, but. This used to be the principal's office. And
Oh,
they,
nice.
there's all kinds of stories. We've had people come through that went to school here, and because not a whole lot happens around here, everybody's excited when something new's going on. So they stop by and it's like, what are you doing with our school? You know, because it's their school, and we've loved that because the community's really come around us, and so they tell us stories. That there was a story about two bigger boys that supposedly hung the principal out this window by his ankles, upside down. They said that they had been held back a couple grades, and so they were supposedly the size of grown men. And they got sent to the principal's office, and he was just a little guy apparently, and so eventually they had him out there and they were shaking. That's the story.
Oh, no.
You know, so
That
watch
poor
the stuff going
guy.
down here. It's fairly clean, but this particular section we just got done demoing, so we're pretty excited about it because it brought a lot of character into our building. But this here was a solid wall here and a solid wall here, and so it was just a really clunky, dark hallway. This hallway in the bottom, everybody called it the spooky hallway. As a kid, they're like, "Oh, that's the spooky hallway." But this was the girls' bathroom over here, and I mean, you can just look. There's nothing.
Yeah.
We're taking that ramp out, and this girls' bathroom will go all the way to the back, and then there'll be a utility room on the end.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet this place was nuts when you first got it.
Oh my goodness!
Dang.
God has been gracious to help us to produce a tremendous amount of productivity in the last 2 or 3 months.
Yeah,
So.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I'll have to watch the videos and see what it looked like before you guys got to work.
Oh yeah, you'll love it. Going through it now, you'll be really surprised. This is wet concrete, so unless you want to leave your footprint in wet,
Yeah, no.
I don't think you'll probably enjoy that.
Nah.
Put it on the rug of your car. So,
Yeah. Wait, what's that?
When's your estimated completion?
God willing, spring of 18.
It's not bad.
Come back down
Oh,
Yeah, well, we go-
absolutely. We'd love
Next
you to
time we
come.
go to Tennessee or whatever, we can stop
then.
one down.
Yeah,
Yeah, most definitely.
but then this is the kitchen over here and cafeteria here. We'll be revamping a whole lot of this and get some windows in this place.
Yeah, you're gonna be spending an arm and a leg on windows.
Yeah, I take 2 arms and a leg on these. There's a lot of glass here. So-
Picking up the glass is probably not fun.
Oh man,
Oh,
it's
yeah, the amount of sweeping.
yeah. Well, that's the thing is, if you look outside in the parking lot, the amount of glass that's in the parking lot alone is just it's ridiculous. So, when we first started looking at the building, this piano was in one piece, and it used to sit over in this corner over here, and it played. You can still play it.
Dang, that's
And
probably
between
creepy.
The time that we saw it and the time that we actually purchased the building, the vandals had come in and just destroyed it.
Dang.
It broke our hearts because it was
How out of
Uh-huh.
tune was it?
probably horribly out of tune. But being the musician that I am, it sounded just fine.
And some broken keys.
Impressive.
Yeah, that's
That's really
cool.
sad though that they.
Yeah.
Because it had been here. I mean, this room has morphed because this, best we can tell, the brickwork here, or the blockwork, not the brickwork, but the blockwork was done by the Italian masons that came in, and they were just stonecutters. And they were just known to go around the area here, you'll see this type of block all over the place. And it's really, really cool. So best we can tell is that the foundation was from the old school when it burned down, because this building was started in 1919, and then they opened as a school in 1921, and it was just in this building. In 1924, this building burned down, and in 25 they built this building. And this is all hearsay, so I may not be exactly right on it, but the dates are really close from what everybody tells me. They built that in 25, and then they rebuilt this one in 26. And then there were 2 separate schools. The hallway between them didn't connect them. So they worked that way until the 70s. And then in the 70s, they actually connected the 2 schools together. But there's people that come by and say that they used to jump off the steps up here and things as kids, and they used to play and run around and do all this stuff. And there's just a bunch of stories, a bunch of really fun stories.
When did they just abandon it?
They sold the school, the Board of Education sold it in 1997. 1999, I'm sorry, they closed it in 97, they sold it in 99. And so it sat for 2 years vacant, and then they were going to make the scenic railroad. That didn't work out. So when that didn't work out, did I tell you about that? I must have told the other guy. The railroad over here, the guys that owned the building were going to build a scenic road. It was a really cool idea. And then one of the partners died, and just, they kind of lost heart with it, I guess. So I think, God saved it for us to take the next step with it. So that didn't work, but God willing, we'll have a kids camp that we'll be something with here. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be people excited for this.
Oh, yeah.
If I was younger, I'd probably go.
Yeah, I'd be pumped.
Yeah,
I am pumped.
let's come.